Hello, happy Valentine's Day. It's February the 14th, 2023. My name is Karen and you're watching Recreational Knitting Podcast. This is where we live currently. We're currently in the Charlotte, North Carolina area and have been since November. And we're taking care of some medical things here, but we're soon moving to South Carolina. So things are working our direction. Yes, so welcome to any new viewers. I appreciate you stopping in and seeing what we've got cooking here. We've been living here for the last 3 years. Wasn't planned that way. We planned 18 months in our RV to see the national parks. COVID hit, hip replaced, knee surgery, and here we are 3 years later. Yeah, it's, life is what happens when you make other plans. So, those of you that have been with me a while, thanks for coming back and stopping by and saying hello. I appreciate each and every one of you. I really have come to understand that this is a piece of my life that is good for me. It makes me accountable for my knitting, but also I feel like I have friends throughout the world. Through this podcast, I've made friends in about 4 countries, and I can't tell you how many states. So I'm so glad that you're here, new and old, and let's get rocking and rolling and seeing what's today's bringing. Look at the weather. Sunday we had, on the forecast, it didn't happen, but they were saying possibility of snow in North Carolina and Charlotte. And it was like 7 degrees, and it was raining and just the grossest of days. And today it's around 70-ish. I'm not sure. Let me see. What's my watch saying? 70 degrees. I hit it, man. I'm good. Yeah, almost as good as all those weather forecasters out there, right? All right. And in case you're wondering, it's very true. I have a finished object, but before you get excited, it's a little car knitting of scrap yarn. Yeah, dishcloth. Woohoo! Yeah, that'll be going to my daughter. She loves those things. I use them as well, but every time I send her, a few, she's like, yeah, Mom. Like, those are the easiest things on the planet to actually knit. But anyway, she likes them. No finished objects other than that, but I do have several whips that I'm really working hard on. One of those that you saw, if you saw my short, and of course I'm in the middle of the row because that's how I roll. This is my habitation throw. It just keeps growing, keeps growing. Let's see of course I'm not on yeah, I am. The Bluebird is where I showed you the last time. So I've done some decent knitting. And the pineapple is actually where I started to decrease. For those of you that are new, I have taken all of my scraps from shawls and socks. It's all fingering weight. There might be a couple sport weights in here, but for the most part, it's fingering weight. One of the things that I've noticed is that fingering weight is really different. Not so much based on the content of it, but boy, there's some skinny fingering weight, and then there's some fat fingering weight, and anything in between. So yeah, I've really noticed that to be true. I'd noticed it before, but it's really quite obvious as you're knitting with scraps. The singles are going to be skinnier, and plied seems to be fatter, plumper. which makes sense. So yeah, I'm getting there. I don't know what the stitch count was, don't care, but it's really, really growing. And once again, I just have a bag of scraps. I pull some out, and it's going to be a pretty nice large blanket when I get it done. I'm excited. Yeah, it's fun to knit it. It's fun to see the colors emerge. I'm glad I'm doing this, and this is what I started instead of having an advent calendar this year. And so far it's working out. I may get it done by advent for next year. Yay. Another thing that I have worked on, and I said that I wouldn't, but we are planning to go more south. This is my third Anchor Summer Tee. And this is where I was the last time I showed you. And I've kind of gotten down, I have to measure, but I'm pretty sure I'm getting real close to the ribbing. And this is by Petite Knit, Anchor Summer Shirt. This is made in the Sarasota, which is 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. And it's growing on me. Yeah, I can see myself wearing this, with navy blue shorts, this summer when we're back in Florida. So yes, this was really easy once it got into the round, and I could still fit it in this fat squirrel bag. So yeah, so that's making some progress. And what I really should be working on, so I can actually use this like this week. Oh, I found a bottle of water in my yarn, in my project bag. Oh dear, I'm gonna lose a tip there. This is my purple lilac, whatever you want to call it, Tresceo. And I've got a marker in here kind of pinning things up and away from themselves so that they don't get too floppy. So let me get that off of there. All right, this is where I'm at. Finished off the ball on this, so I decided to go over on this side in the sleeve. So we'll have a sweater soon if I really get going on that. I have not cast on anything new. I'm really kind of proud of myself because we're doing Whip Be Gone 2023. I'm seeing such lovely things that you're posting onto the Ravelry group. Stay to the end because there's a winner. Actually, there's two winners. One for commenting on the short. You never know where I'm going to post something. And then one from posting on Ravelry. So there's going to be two winners after this podcast. So stay to the end. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you some sock patterns that are free, except for the one that is the first one. Since it's seasonal, she decided to go ahead and charge, but I'm putting it in anyway. It's called the Gallatin socks. So instead of Valentine, Galentine socks. So she's charging now $3 for that particular pattern because it has hearts on it. And go her. So yes, so that's what you can be expecting after our little chat here. I'm hydrating. I'm hoping you're hydrating where you are. It's 7 degrees. We're not used to this. It's great. I took the dogs for a walk earlier. It's great. I'm loving it. Let's see what's happening in our lives. We have a 17-year-old dog that had dental cleaning of her teeth last week. And those of you that have dogs know that it's, take out a loan, you know, for that, because they're always going to find a problem. And poor Chula, she had 6 teeth removed. So I've been a bit late getting things together, just because we've had to give her medicines different times of the day for, you know, infection and pain, and, you know, just taking care of her. And then of course there was the Super Bowl. So yeah, so I'm sorry that I didn't get to you this past weekend when I really wanted to. So yeah, and then we'll be here through early through early March, and because Max is going to get his teeth cleaned here as well. So that's I think I have my last round of PT tomorrow. I have another doctor's appointment on Friday, and I think that might be the end of me. We're still nursing Luke's knee a bit. He is currently taking prednisone for his knee that seems to collect fluid, and it seems to be doing okay when he's on prednisone, but then collects fluid when he's not. So the doctor's watching that, and we'll kind of play that one by ear. But we're all in that medical mode. So yeah, it's kind of an expensive couple months here. So anyway, I hope you've been well. Make sure that you've got exactly 14 days to get your entries in for the Whip Be Gone, which is on Ravelry. You can post them to Instagram, but I'm going to collect the winners from Ravelry. So make sure that you continue to post. Get the ones that you know you can get in there, because we've got some nice yarn coming your way, and we've got some nice patterns off Ravelry that will come your way if you're winners. So, and I've decided that if you are in another country and you still win, I was thinking maybe we could work out an arrangement of me getting you a gift card at your local yarn store. So that's totally fine by me. But if you are a winner and you find out at the end of this podcast, please email me at samplergal.1@gmail.com and let me know your address and how you want to handle that. All right, on to the socks. See ya. This is Editing Karen. I would like for you to put down in the comments where you're from, country or state, and then I want you to tell me which of those sock patterns you would really like to attempt this year. Maybe we can have a knit along. What do you think? Okay, now it's really bye. These are the Galatine socks, and I think they're as cute as a button. She is now charging $3 for these, and they are designed to give to a gal friend rather than your significant other. They come in small, medium, large. They're top down. She recommends fingering weight 250 to 350 yards. These are adorable. These are the Happy Haunt socks, and these are toe up. She recommends 200 to 400 yards depending on your size. These, she suggests, could easily be knit top down due to the chart. It has a rounded toe, and for that reason alone, it might be nice to download that pattern so that you would have that as part of a change in maybe some of your sock toe. Keeping on with the spirit of holidays, we've got the Gretel Christmas motif knitted socks. These use a self-striping yarn for the foot, but stranded work in the leg. So if you really want to impress somebody, there it is. The designer is Winwick Mum, I believe. I can't read my own writing. Calls for 4 balls of yarn, but in my world, that color work is really scrap worthy, of white, red, and green solid yarn. These are toe up and worthy of that special someone at Christmas. The next pair that I found was called 15s by Roz Clark. These are top down. They have popcorn cables, a heel flap, lace, bobbles, and a star toe. So if you really love lace socks, this is really a nice pattern. It's 350 to 400 yards or 320 meters. This was originally a Sock Madness pattern back in the day. So if you've participated in Sock Madness, you may already have that pattern. It's beautiful. This next one I know all of you have seen. It's called Rye Light. It's made in fingering weight. It's by Tin Can Knits, and it sizes from toddler, child, adult, small, medium, and large. It's a top down, and it is 120 yards for the toddler size, or 109 meters, up to 480 yards for a large adult, which is 436 meters. They also have a rye that is a heavier weight yarn in DK. They also include some tutorials, so these are a great match for you the new sock knitters. Whew! These are probably one of my favorite socks that I found. These are called the Fidget Socks by Amy Stringer. It's a toe-up sock, which is my favorite way of doing socks. They are ribbed, but comes out to be a basket weave kind of design. She has a toe-up, afterthought heel, basket weave style. It fits. She gives you no heel, but links to that afterthought heel are provided within the pattern. It's women and men's medium, but those are easily adapted. She says that it takes between 306 to 394 yards or 279 meters on up. These next ones are by Tanis Lavelle. Trusty Toe Up Socks. There you go, toe up, my favorite. 320 yards or 392 meters will get you, I'm assuming, the small size, and it's written for small, medium, and large. And it has an afterthought heel, and she does include those instructions within it. Great for self-striping yarn. These are probably a very easy pattern to start with. This next one really has me fascinated. I'm going to have to try this one. This is called Jack by Regina Sata. Available in English and German. It's 375 yards or 342 meters. It's an easily understood pattern according to some of the reviews. It has a heel flap. It has chart and written pattern, which I appreciate. And it's top down. I think this one is like one of the favorites here. If you want a challenge, this looks like it might be for you. This is called Space-Time Curvature, and it's by Dots Dabbles. It's 383 yards to 503 yards. Obviously, that's going to be split over 2 colors. So this pattern was inspired by an optical illusion. It's obviously stranded color work, and 383 yards to 503 yards. I think I already said that. This is the Let It Shine socks. The pattern maker says it's for letting that one special sock yarn shine. It's easy lace, written for 64 stitches, top down. It has a chart that is specific to each leg. So you'll knit a left leg, and then the chart will be reversed for the right leg. It calls for 328 yards or 299 meters. These are socks on a plane. These are by Laura Linneman of the Knit Girls podcast. I actually have knit these. Very easy cable pattern. Again, leg specific. Your left leg is going to have the cable on the outside of your leg, and the right on your right side of your leg. Can easily be put into any vanilla pattern that you just take her numbers for the cable, and she has this written for 2 circular needles, but you certainly can change. These are the Scatterby socks by Amy Stringer. This is written for a woman's medium, but easily adjusted. It's a 4-stitch, 4-row repeat. It's a great stretch because it's kind of ribby. It's toe up, slip stitches, and it calls for 306 yards and 279 meters. I really like these socks. I do wear them. Very pretty. Looks like you are a better knitter than maybe you are. Great for gifts. These are the Sheep May Safely Graze socks by Korea Coffee. They are both written for children as well as women, so you and your daughter can have matching socks. It's obviously color work, and it's based on the most familiar part of Bach's Hunting Cantata. 300 to 440 yards, and I guess she only has the meterage for the children's, which is 274, but I'm assuming around 400 yards will get you the women's size. I'm going to have to hire somebody to make those for me. I'm not a color work person, although I'd love to be. Really cute socks. These are my absolute favorite. I'll never be able to knit them. I'm not that knitter. But these are called the Sheep Socks by Hola Frankowska. I'm not sure, I'm probably butchering that name. They're written for small, medium, women's size only. They are top down, stranded color work. They have gusset stripes. They call for 4 different colors. But interestingly, the socks have 5 colors that she's got here on the picture. It calls for 4 complete balls. But if you're adventuresome, you'll grab a ball or 2 of undyed and black and some scraps. She writes in her description, this is not for beginners. If you are adventuresome, go for it. And while you're there, make me a pair. I'd have to consign these. I could never make them. Aren't they beautiful?